this is Kichik, and welcome back to more Fontaine adventures, which are getting pretty intense right now. I think you should go check out the previous episode if you haven't already. But basically, we were exploring ruins, so under the suggestion of the knave, and Navia nearly fell into the primordial seawater. At least Nervala came to the rescue, but we also had like that Oceanid that saved her from falling into it, Silver Malus, and we found some ancient minerals that go along with the prophecy.
Welcome back.
Now we're back
We've got
here.
a special menu prepared for you two
Nervala is just going around and asking Furina about it because she's hiding something. Oh my gosh, jeez, my ears! Desserts, huh? Only we have one cake, and then we have a little chicken and some garlic bread.
Oh,
Hey! Surprise appearance from Mona. I did not expect that. I thought it was gonna be later in this act.
it's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
Of course we're gonna explore Fontaine. What are you doing here? Or I think maybe we can use our prophecy powers, astrology powers to help us. Lady Magistus, what are we doing?
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see who they'll meet on the road.
Still, we didn't.
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Quite unexpectedly, if I might add. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a
special
Mondstadt
mages over
surname?
here?
Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, some other thing. Either way, the old hag told me when she took me as her disciple that the first step to being a great astrologist's pupil was to change that name. There was nothing for it, really. She really is amazing at astrology, so I changed my name to what it is now according to her wishes. To my surprise, however, Magistus is not the name of some ancient house or clan. Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just means great.
Wow!
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were
What's
to
your
take
master's name?
Astromancer Barbaloth Trismegistus.
Whoa!
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is, in plain speech, the thrice-as-great Scholar of the Stars. Just take it as a title specific to astrologists.
Thrice as great?
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Magistus, actually, but once she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Talk about excessive.
Magistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which
Triple
makes it about the same
appetite or
as a
triple
surname.
strength.
It's
Look.
alright if you don't get it. You can
Look,
look
in this
into it
game,
further
she's
should you need to
canonically a
study
one-man
astrology
army. She's
more
not even
deeply.
allowed to participate in Pancration Ring.
Terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontainian, are you, Mona?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dornman Port, and I traveled with the old hag for a while, after which I settled down in Mondstadt City.
Oh, that's...
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things
Yeah,
have
you're
happened
willing
here
to
in
help
Fontaine,
us? We can always
right?
use some more hands.
I know you're
With
not
your
local,
powers,
but
we can do a
I'd
lot
avoid
of
getting
things.
too close to any water that looks strange all the same. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I
Duh, primordial seawater.
mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just a while back, the Steambird invited me to take part in a panel and speak
Nice.
about the circulation of the prophecy as an astrologist. The invitation was sent quite early on. I don't think anyone expected Fontaine to be in this much trouble.
What do you make of that prophecy,
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist, and that this prophecy concerns the fate of Fontaine, even that of all Tevat. Ascertaining this is akin to reading the fortune of the whole world. I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. If I could do it, you would no longer call me an astrologist, but a visionary. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary?
Of course. The old hag could do it. And I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of
accuracy's
hers who could do
prophecy.
something similar.
Okay, you're my master?
Are you sure? All right, I'll help you. It isn't often that I see you with such a serious look on your face. I'll tell you once I hear back from her.
Thanks, Mona.
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So yes, your praises are quite welcome.
That's the greatest
Indeed.
They're all gushing right now.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about. If there's anything you need, do not hesitate to inform the Spina di Rosula.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
All right.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water.
Oh, water
Giving me
blood.
suspicious looks.
Shut. Please.
Simon hadn't spoken for you. That's more like.
Don't speak over me. I like hearing the traveler's voice. She only gets like a couple of lines each quest. Is crazy. Aside from the choices we pick, but I mean, does that even matter?
But it's time to get up, traveler.
Nervilla, okay, let's check up on him. What's she doing, Sidney?
Finally.
Oh,
Monsieur
okay.
Deverlet and Lady Furina, they
Oh,
seem to have gotten
jeez.
into a dispute. Please go see for yourself.
Alright, let's just check up on them. Oh, looks like he's having a bit of trouble.
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean they're all...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't know anything about that. But you found them in some ancient ruins, you say?
That's correct, which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 featured different images that seemed to correlate to the prophecy.
The prophecy?
The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Furina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the sly. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been
been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type.
You...
Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix, but you're still my subordinate. You should be following my lead. Just trust in me, your Archon, and do as I say. Never mind whether you can truly convince yourself to or not. It'll all turn out fine.
Okay.
That's all I
It's
have
just
to
she's
say.
acting so
We do not
strange
discuss
about
this matter
this.
again.
Why is she keeping all this a secret? Does she really not know?
Oh, the opera's about to start. Toodles!
What's going on? Why is she acting like this at a time like this? She read the victims list. Hey there, Furina.
Did Furina not notice us standing
What's
by
going
the door?
on? Yeah, she's hiding
Wonder
something. We
what's up
gotta
with her.
figure that out.
I assume you've been outside for a while now?
Well, hopefully we've been able to
noticed.
hear it.
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time and again, a state of affairs that we cannot allow to continue. Still, I do not understand. Dialogue is the basis for understanding, so why did she keep refusing to engage?
We should observe her actions, I guess. So, yeah, we need to make her understand.
Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal anything unless absolutely forced to. We may have to create a situation in which she will have no
jeez.
choice but to speak.
Hopefully it won't result in that many casualties.
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro Archon experience just such a scenario.
But
Have,
Furina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at...
We will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties, and then do what we can.
We're gonna meet up with the knave again?
If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but we must prevent the prophecy from coming to pass. This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in crisis. The information a god possesses is too precious, and so we must take a chance on this. But who will lend us
do
their
we
aid
call?
to do such a thing?
There was just one other person trying to
Well,
investigate.
That's everyone, huh? Speaking of
If
which, it was
it,
pretty smart
I mean,
of you to think
investigate
of hiding
Furina.
here.
Should be the knave, right? We're gonna meet up with her again. Like I think
Poisson
so.
was just
Yeah.
involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea with...
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
What are you, Lynette? I should
It's
check
nice
look
to
on
enjoy
her
tea
story.
here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Remini, hello.
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
Oh, hey,
That was a little
Cloran, what you
long-winded,
doing?
don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something. As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh, how intriguing.
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Clorand, and used on the spot. So, let's invite her to explain in detail. A round of applause, please.
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be facilitating this?
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss. Do go on.
In that case, do any of you have experience hunting?
Not that I recall.
Fremine and I once used a wooden stick in a basket to catch wild
Like in
rabbits
Don't
when we
Starve.
were younger. As for Lynette, oh, right. You were sick that day, weren't you?
Wonder where this conversation's
I've
gonna
also
go.
gone diving to catch some fish before. Does that count?
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, but Fontaine once played host to a group known as the Marechaussee Hunters. Though that was their name, they did not hunt animals, but rather various monsters left behind by the ancient dynasty of King Remus.
Ancient
Today,
Fontaine history!
Fontaine's monster population has already thinned greatly, so the hunters have blended back into society, taking up arms in other lines of work. They even left a unique methodology of hunting in their wake. A trap comprises of the following components: bait, a trigger, and a containment device. Sometimes a lethal implement will also be necessary to deal with the prey. So, if we were to build a trap together, right now, what would you choose to build it with?
To trap Furina.
For me, I would prefer something basket-shaped. Pigeons and rabbits will see the bait and naturally enter the snare. Our line of work requires a deft hand, and we're some of the best in the industry, so you can count on our techniques.
You used some of those techniques while moving the people of Poisson, didn't you? My subordinates mentioned that you even performed some magic for the bawling children.
Yes, and I even managed to gather some intelligence in the meantime. I'm quite the multitasker if I do say so myself.
I'm afraid I can't claim that as my strong suit. I prefer more stable methods, like placing bait in the water and waiting for the fish to come within reach. That's the kind of method I would count on.
Calm and steady.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion, I'm sure.
I'd probably use some sort of mechanical animal. Papa once bought me some small clockwork squirrels, mice, and such. When placed in the forest, they can attract others of their kind. I remember that you liked those too, didn't you?
I did. And that would be a good way to go about it. If they're realistic enough, animals of the same kind will follow them all the way to the trap.
I wonder what this
about
is
you,
gonna
Monsieur
lead up
Neuvillette?
to.
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, without the use of any such tricks. But I do have one more question for you, monsieur. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle trap would be ideal.
Kind, as always. However, our intention doesn't necessarily change the containment device and the type of implement we need. If we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured and safely contained.
Wait, why's that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So are we going hunting together?
Huh. We hadn't thought.
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually quite accurate. But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god, a being whose seat is an exalted throne.
Oh, so that's what's going on.
Yeah, I'm just
Sounds very
figuring that out
interesting.
too. Metaphor. You would not call this a hunt because that is not what you do at the present, nor is the relationship between you and Furina reached at its dire stage. You need to simply the secrets she's keeping. Attempting to take her secrets is an act of sacrilegious disrespect, but must be done to prevent Fontaine from sinking into the water as foretold in the prophecy. There is neither hunter nor prey, but there must be a trap. That is what you need. Alright, looks like we need to head over to, the base of Fontaine. Alright, let's head over there.
It's been a tough few days,
I'm hungry
I'm
too.
kind of thought they'd be at least a little frightened.
Everyone's
Now
just,
that Paimon thinks about it, but
I
everyone
guess,
else just looked
okay, we just gotta have a straight mind when discussing these things.
After all, you're the most
Because this is the
reliable
fate of the
person-
world in our
Did you
hands.
just pour...
What's this that?
Paimon's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea.
Is that
I
one
merely
of the
refrained from saying
Hexenzirkel
anything
members?
Till now. Aw, have you forgotten me already?
Wait,
Are you Nicole?
you are from...
The voice from the sky, I fear that description is wrong. Though, not completely wrong. You're feeling lost now.
Yeah, I
Just
think you're
as you
Nicole.
were feeling, consider me a passerby. Just accepting a commission from my friend's disciple on a whim.
Hexenzirkel lore. Or N. I think, was Nicole mentioned before in this Archon quest? I don't know. Will Fontaine's prophecy come
The
true?
prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesied will be fulfilled. You may view such things as the history of the future.
What?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything in Tevat so easily be changed?
Can there really be no exceptions?
Ah, so you've caught on. Just as prophecies are usually only the future as seen from the perspectives of the gods, could things be happening in hidden corners where the gods' gaze
Maybe
does
like the
not fall?
Abyss or Sia
Are
Quanta?
the things that you shall see different from the fate that the
Because
gods
we're not from this
foresee?
world, obviously. We're aliens.
What is she talking about?
Oh, the tea's gone.
I believe that you understand, right? Some things are insignificant, but others you must reach out to change. Ultimately, fate shall serve as your only guide, no matter what will happen in Tevat's future. All you need to do is to play your part. This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that'll be all for today.
A clue. She's helping us from the side. That's really nice. So, we have complicated feelings about this.
What?
Okay, more diligent, Paimon.
Lazy, okay?
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively banter.
Oh, okay. How have you been? How are you?
Fine, just fine. I went to take part in that Steambird
I
panel.
wonder if
It
they
turned out to
paid
be
you. How does
more
those things
interesting
work?
than I expected. Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this. One journalist mentioned that sitting around and waiting for the end to come would be wrong, and that they should make their own rescue preparations. I agreed, so we had a brief chat with her. Why, yes!
Charlotte!
I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right!
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try,
And
but I'm
Nicole.
afraid... Huh?
I gotta close the
Goodness
door.
gracious. Are you serious?
She passed a message to us about us
She
playing
said
our
that even the
parts.
gods' gaze
Oh
has
yeah, blind spots.
Pretty.
The Hexenzirkel members are certainly anything but ordinary. As for the mage named N, the old hag has mentioned her a few times. She said that N's sense of direction is incredible, and that she loves guiding those who are lost. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... Well, suffice it to say that the hag's at least a few hundred now, and N's been around for longer than that.
Whoa. The heck?
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she came to see you personally, then the problem you're facing must truly be of great importance.
Well, it's not like
Yes, she was quite cryptic, but I suspect she means that there is still a way to turn things around. She didn't say when or what that would be, though, so perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now.
A helpful hint. We gotta figure out what they mean.
Traveler, Paimon?
Oh, we're fine.
I see. I feel that same sense of desperation, too. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. So far as I have seen, it cannot be swayed. But even so, I still hope for and believe in miracles. Astrology is eternal and rational, but fate may not be. It is cruel, but it can also be beautiful. Perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. Not to lose heart, and to believe that what you are seeing playing out before you is not yet set in stone.
That's a nice way
I
to
did
look out
originally
on
think
it.
of steering clear of all this, but I couldn't. Even if this is all futile, I still wish to help everyone. If we don't struggle to the last, then how can we face the end when it comes?
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. Sorry about that. The moment I start talking about work-related stuff. I need to get going.
Alright, it was pretty nice meeting you, Mona. Thanks.
It was worth trying to comfort you, even if only a little. I believe that you'll help those who are struggling in the same way I did. I suppose that might be why we always seem to meet by coincidence.
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Paimon said...
Okay, let's see where this conversation left us. Let's see how it's gonna play out in this quest. Okay, let's head over to the newsstand. Over in the surface.
Huh?
We're famous! Like, what did we do?
The underwater stronghold, the Fortress of Meripede, has continued in its
okay, we've been there.
to enter the fortress for Little Fruit. Huh. Guess Charlotte's thus did an Outlander friend become the focus of this
a
report.
little white
A blonde
fairy. So we,
adventurer
okay, she could have told us we
interior
went in
remains
there.
a mystery behind closed doors. Do not fear, for the tales of the
This
traveler
is,
contain surprises in space.
I thought it was like a little
Journalist
more of a
Charlotte's
secret and
biggest
private
scoop yet,
investigation,
the
but I
Traveler's
could be
Trail,
wrong.
World Walker. Huh. Charlotte took so many awesome... She hasn't been able to get a... Well,
Continue moving forward. It looks like we're about to enter the hotel area. Ah, it's so nice. I'd like to get some food. Oh, I'm so hungry.
Paimon's hungry. Should we...
Just more epic for Paimon, I guess. Bond of life. The only bond of life character I have is Arlecchino. Hello.
Quick! Look! That's the limited edition only 16 slices a day.
Okay, it looks like we can chill out here for a while. Go, 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 go get that food.
One
Oh,
slice of cake, please.
Someone showed up after all. Oh, wait, you're the one from the Palais Mermonia.
hello,
Oh, are you here
Celine.
to buy cake too? It seems Monsieur Nervalette was right. You really can eat.
Wait,
That's right. Even he has his own preferences when it comes to food. As for me, I love the cake and coffee here.
do you come here often?
Usually every day.
Every day?
It's part of my daily schedule, apart from work. I shall have my cake and coffee.
Well, hopefully you're getting lots of
Then what
exercise.
if someone told you one...
But why would it close?
Well, Paimon doesn't know either, but maybe...
Oh
the
yeah, what happens is
prophecy.
everything gonna go away?
To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to that. No. Still, even if there'd be no more cake tomorrow, that wouldn't keep me from having some today.
I wonder what's the theme of
No,
this
no,
Archon
it's the
quest. This
same
is
for
about
eating
like
in
people's
general.
complacency.
You might not be able to eat tomorrow,
Because with
but if you do so today,
with
then you should carry
Navia's
on. That's what people
strange
call
vision of all
living,
the
you know.
people trying to drag her down into the primordial seawater,
Huh.
there was like they
Don't
want to be a
sad.
collective.
Excuse me,
They want
could
her
I have
to
two
go
more
down with
slices of cake
them.
to go?
And then
These two slices
the real
are for
ones,
you.
Smooth and
Sichuan
Silver,
said that this
were
kind
helping
of
her
expression
snap out
you're
of
making
it.
is what humans call being sad.
Oh, you know Sichuan?
Oh,
I sure
Sichuan.
do. She said that humans are creatures that are saddened easily. Yes, and you can only lift their spirits by feeding them delicious food. So please try the cakes here. I've got
Alright.
something else to do, so I'll be going now. You two try
It's
to stay in a
like-
good mood after eating,
I guess
all
people
right?
are just
Bye.
chill with the prophecy, just about to eat them all, but there's a select few like Charlotte is just doing something
And there
about
she
it.
goes. All right, let's dig in. Paimon should...
Okay. It kind of looks like matcha or something.
It's more delicious than... Sure would be nice if we could always eat delicious...
Alright, so I guess we'll skip that part of the editing because it's just me discussing like what could happen in the story about its themes and stuff. I was just looking into writing stuff and all that. Steambird! Okay, Charlotte. It's just been a while. What are we doing again? I just checking up on her.
If it isn't the Traveler and Paimon! Have you seen the...
You've got some...
Okay.
You needn't worry about that.
I would like some
heard that you were in
payment.
Forseen some time back, so I sent you a letter to discuss just that. It appears you didn't
We
receive
were
it,
just
though.
being all over the
It's all right,
place.
though. I've set aside the amount intended for you. I've even set the table with some food.
Really?
You're almost a little too easy to win over, Paimon. If I were a journalist with ulterior motives, you'd be in trouble now, you know.
Oh, Paimon...
Still, what brings you here all of a sudden? Were you looking for me?
When Mona mentioned...
Okay, yeah.
It seems you've already bumped into Mona here. So she mentioned me? What did she say?
She said that you're a...
Nice. In which case, can this daredevil journalist dare to...
What about we would
so
like
your article
some...
in the paper today
Wait.
doesn't count?
I think I'm losing it.
Of course it doesn't. That was more like live photography. What I'd like to do is dive deeper and ask you to talk.
So I wonder how this part is gonna help us.
Why not? If I say you're worth an interview, then you're worth it. But not right now, of course. I'll need a few days to prepare.
Oh, in that case...
Oh, so that's a yes? Ooh, splendid! I'll tell the editor-in-chief immediately. I'll have to apply for lighting.
What's with the
venues,
dots at
props,
the end?
and...
Is something gonna happen?
Whew, so much to
Okay,
get done now.
it's all chill. Right, see you later, Charlotte.
Paimon's still got a question for you.
Hey, what is it?
And what's that?
If, just for example, Fontaine were to be flooded tomorrow, what would you do today?
Huh. That's the prophecy you're talking about, isn't it? I mean, I do hear about it often, but I've never once thought that the day could be tomorrow. If you're seriously asking, then I might try and think of a way to leave Fontaine. Oh, but I'm still a journalist first and foremost. That means I have a duty to be reporting from the scene. And secondly, I wouldn't forsake my homeland that easily. From what I've seen, most people don't know what they'd do should the worst come to pass. In truth, it might be better just to behave like normal rather than worry over such an end. So in all likelihood, I'd probably still be prepping at the office for that interview of ours. I know what you're thinking. That sounds a bit sad, but I've always believed that it's best to do what you enjoy. Just think about it. If this nation really were to be suddenly destroyed tomorrow, but I still successfully finish an exclusive interview with a truly unique person, then the story I would wind up writing would truly be timeless. And then do you know what I'd do? Well, I'd write that story, send it for printing, and use messenger pigeons to get copies out to the various nations as soon as possible. I'm not a dreamer, nor am I a workaholic, but I do love my job, and I'd be proud of leaving such an article behind. I guess you could say that I was born to be a journalist. But anyway, that's my answer. And on that note, I'll get back to my preparations.
Nice insight of yours, Charlotte.
That's so not... Anyway, let's go and
All
take
right,
a look
to
at the
see.
sea, shall we?
It's just an insight on like what the people or what the regular people are doing about it.
The sea breeze and scenery can be a pretty soothing combo, huh?
As long as it doesn't smell funny.
Paimon's been
I guess that's always
thinking,
my nitpick when I go to
if it
coastal
wasn't
areas.
Fontaine, but all of Tevat that would be destroyed tomorrow, where would we go and what would we do? No, Paimon
Oh
should
my
ask
goodness.
if you could choose.
If I could choose. It's just like Charlotte said. Suddenly trying to consider what to do is pointless.
We've always been moving to the next destination,
Well,
so we
I guess we
haven't
can
spent
still
much
go.
time- You mean still
Yeah,
traveling?
every single moment.
Huh.
Yay! It's just self-reflection about doomsday stuff. The next few days are just as calm. Okay, Charlotte comes to find you and conducts an interview on the Spina de Brasula safe house at the Flow Sandra. Oh, nice camera. Now we are having finished your business, and Posan even drops by to take a photo with the two of you. Yay! I guess our buddies are just designing this trap in the meantime, I guess. Oh, yikes.
Like it'll grow mold, but it's still better than the Fortress of Melody.
So the two of you are still here. Wonderful.
Oh, Oh, you're from the Palais Mermont?
Yes, I'm Isadora. Monsieur Nervillet sent me to look for you two before. I heard that afterward...
Are we wanted criminals to you?
Not at all. I'm
What's
well
going
aware
on?
that you're friends of his. Yes, inside the Opera House. The Maréchaussée Phantom has declared the incident a
Oh my
small-scale
goodness.
riot.
A riot?
Well, that said, I don't personally think it was that serious.
Well, let's check it out anyway.
Was
What's
watching
going
a
on?
Performance at the Opera House, and while she was resting during an intermission, some other audience members suddenly started harassing her, loudly accusing her of doing nothing about the prophecy crisis. And before she could respond, others started to join in.
Is this like the bait?
The crowd continued to grow, and protests against the Hydro Archon started to break out.
So people have started to put the blame on Furina.
I agree. People will naturally rely on gods, as is customary. But the moment people feel threatened, gods are also the first to be blamed.
So
It's
what
like
happened
responsible
after
for
that? Is Furina
well,
okay?
a lot of things.
Seeing that the situation was spiraling out of control and that further argument was pointless, she claimed that she'd gotten tired of this and left in a hurry. The Maréchaussée Phantom had their hands full maintaining order and did not catch where Lady Furina had gone. Only when things had stabilized did we realize that she had gone missing.
So, you mean she's...
That's
Missing?
right. The Maréchaussée has dispatched many people to search
Where
for her.
is she?
But we don't have any leads yet.
Maybe she could
That said, I don't
be in
think
some
there's much
ancient
to worry about.
ruins.
She is a god after all. Even if she were to fall into the hands of rioters, what could ordinary people do to her?
Alright, the
Good.
situation.
Monsieur Nervillet sent me to tell you about the
Understand.
situation, but he didn't say anything else.
Oh, what should we
Don't
do
worry,
about
this
this?
Is that so? Well, all right then. In that case, you two take care. I'll be heading back to the Palais now.
Well, sounds like
All
we
right,
should hurry over to Poisson then.
Alright,
It's
you
not
go on
Furina.
quickly.
And as we also know, when Nervillet was talking to her in the Palais Mermonia, and she heard about Poisson, she couldn't hide her sadness and remorse. It would be hard for her. Mama thinks Furina's
No.
probably taken the opportunity. Well,
Alright, looks like a...
Mama knows
Okay, you
this.
better not wear those
But
glasses
I think
again.
In that case, there's not a moment to live. This place looks deserted. Guess all the survivors must have evacuated already. All that's
Are
left
things still
here are
messed
signs
up
of
around here?
devastation.
It really does look like
Could
it.
Furina really be here? Let's try to find her as soon as possible.
Yep, I see her down there. It's like this giant fish is... Calm down, no. Hey, buddy.
That's Furina, right over there.
Or...
She really is here all on her own.
Shh, let's stay quiet.
Should I just give up? This is all meaningless. What was meant to happen did happen after all. Everyone's dead. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Give up, Furina. There's no point in holding out. I'm sorry.
Do we surprise her?
What can I even do other than to repeat meaningless apologies
like,
over and
Stuck,
over?
like, in keeping this a secret, not doing about it? Does she have even have any control? Hey,
Don't worry,
buddy.
Furina.
So it is you, blonde traveler from another land. Why, I almost thought you were someone from that mob of my ignorant subjects. Come to kneel and beg for my forgiveness.
Yeah, we're not
Furina,
part of that mod.
You were crying just now, weren't you?
What do you mean, tear stains? Oh, I remember. The show at the Opera House earlier this morning was so moving. I'm still trying to process it.
Nah.
Who did that uncivilized rabble think they were, disturbing my enjoyment of the arts? They even dare to tout their Archon. I must teach them a lesson. I I can just imagine their twisted and frustrated faces once they realize that I'm nowhere to be found.
Well, we found you, but you
and
know,
I'm sure Nouvellette and those people from the Marsh Chaussee
you're
Phantom
actually
are
beyond
freaking out
devastated right
next to
now.
them too.
Look. Okay, you're laughing so much, but come on, just give it up now.
Of course not.
Hey, there she is! The Hydro Archon's over there! Quick, after her!
Oh, jeez.
Furina, those people seem to be after you.
They are? They're just some rabid fans who want to cut the line because they haven't been able to meet me in person, aren't they?
No, they want you to do something about
That's
it.
against the rules. I can't let them get their way.
Oh, man.
Quick, we have to catch up.
Well, we kind of know about her real opinions on this stuff. Kind of. Go, 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 go! They're just running so awkwardly. I nearly spilled my drink. I guess they lost us. Or... Hey, we can see your sparkles. You're gonna give us away.
This should be the place, right? Hey, Furina!
Look, we need to talk to you. We need you to get real with us.
Quick, come to Paimon.
What? What is this place?
Oh!
Hurry, they're almost here.
Fine.
Did
I
we all
suppose
plan
haste
this?
is warranted. Lead the way.
We're gonna lure her in. Is there just gonna be another cutscene? Or at least a dialogue thing? Oh, they're just in here. Alright. I think might have a good idea of what's going on.
I'm so tired. I totally thought they had caught me. No, I mean, I merely gave in to the sheer enthusiasm they
Lower your voice,
display.
please.
You're right.
Yep, that's a good girl.
Oh no! Oh, it's one of the one part of the trap. Another
ground's
disaster.
Is it an earthquake?
We're gonna let out your compassion. Show your compassion,
This
please.
time preceded the flooding in Poisson, didn't it?
It can't be. It's happening again.
Well,
Well,
hopefully
there's no
people
need to
won't be
worry
in
too
danger
much
in this
about
plan
that.
of ours.
Novellette's made some emergency plans, so the evacuation should go a lot smoother this time.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
Well, why don't you
But
do
the
something
people
ill
of
about it?
Poisson, they've already...
Yep, she's gonna reach her limit. Okay, we're just gonna make her lower. Just quit being so ignorant.
It's true. I've been investigating the prophecy for hundreds of years. I once had informants all over Tevat, searching for clues and feeding information back to me. I've tried all kinds of ways, too, to hold back the sea. Anything to keep the coastline from advancing. But all my efforts proved to be futile in the end. Really, the truth has been clear to me for a very long time.
Is that the why? Is that why she's acting like this?
No matter what we do, the will of the heavenly principles will have its way, and the prophecy
Just trying
shall
to
be
make
fulfilled.
everyone just not care so much. But people are caring a lot now.
I do love the sound of that phrase. It would mean finally coming
I'll
to
hope
terms
it
with
disappear
fate,
that way if
but
you give up.
also for me to finally
Everyone's just
be free.
well, only a few people are continuing to try to do
Indeed.
something.
I've thought about giving up so many times, especially after we almost lost Poisson. Fate is really unreasonable, isn't it? It has no heart and obeys no rules. The prophecy has only just started to come true, and so many people have already lost their lives.
But what about what
Just
about what
now,
N said to us?
It all became clear to me. I still don't have the right to come to terms with fate on behalf of everyone else. As long as the final moment hasn't come, it's still not too late.
She talked about
Don't
blind
worry.
spots, about the gods.
I will keep
What do you
hope
know about
alive for
it?
everyone until the very end.
What do you know about Algeria? Dude,
Well,
okay.
That's enough for now. I got the impulse to play the stricken maiden, but honestly, considering my rank and station, that wasn't a good fit at all.
It's like she's just kind of a
Don't
bit
take
chill
any of
with
what I
us.
just said seriously.
Kind of a
How
little
could I
odd for
possibly
a
let
god,
Fontaine
but
fall to the whims of trivial prophecy?
Okay, Furina, you don't have to shoulder this alone. There are people more than willing to share the burden with you. Like, we can
Share
work
my
together.
burden.
You don't have to be alone in all this.
That's impossible. It was fated right from the start that this would be my duty
You
alone.
don't have to just bend over everything to fate. Just, I'm a witness.
A witness. Yes. I've heard that you came to Tevat from beyond the stars, yes. In other words, you never belonged here. And if Tevat is, in its entirety, a show on a stage, then you're just a spectator, aren't you?
I guess changing the story along the
If
way
that's
sometimes.
the case,
Well, actually, all the time. Spit it out for right now. There's no time. Say it! Looks like the trap really worked.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes my opening performance. Now, without further ado, we may proceed to the trial of our god.
Looks like she can't run away from this.
This is what it is. Yes, you deserve praise for the effort you took to raise the dramatic stakes. Do not forget, however, that I am Focalor, the god of justice, the embodiment of justice itself. Does it not strike you as even the least bit absurd to bring the very concept of justice to trial?
Yeah,
May
we
I
kind of
interpret
saw
these
some
words
stuff in the obvious
as your
vision
refusal
in
to stand trial?
the thing,
In that case,
in that ruins.
you will have the opportunity to defend your honor through a duel.
You would draw your blade against a god?
Does she have the
I
iron sting or
see.
something?
It seems like you have made up your mind.
Paimon can't believe it.
Oh my goodness, what's...
What the heck is going on? Did I just see an Archon surrender to a human?
Wow, how utterly humiliating.
Lady Furina, what is the meaning of this?
Shh. It would seem that there has been a misunderstanding. To be clear, the raising of both hands is not always an indication
She
of
always
surrender.
dodges the question.
Looking for excuses again, huh?
I guess maybe the theme of
raised
this
my
is...
hands just now to indicate my acceptance of the trial. No duel shall be necessary.
I'm just leaving Furina
I
alone.
will
She's just too
admit
good.
That I've been running away for a long time. I'm sorry.
Just questioning the system of justice
I was unable to protect the people
in this
of Poisson.
place.
It is my duty to stand trial for my crimes. You are not the only ones to be disappointed in me. I, too, am exceedingly disappointed in myself. But now, it is time for the Hydro Archon to show you her courage and resolve. I, Furina, will use this trial to show the world the true meaning of justice! This time, I will protect you. Applause! applaud and rejoice. One of the most outrageous and fantastical arcs known to the opera epiclese is now unfolding before your eyes. Mark my words, this shall be one of the most exhilarating and brilliant shows ever to grace the stage of Fontaine. The trial of the Hydro Archon, Focalor, will
I wonder how much of this
begin.
quest do we have left. I guess it will be a 3-parter.
Oh, now we're making history.
But,
Why does it feel like Furina just took over the whole thing?
Oh man.
Like, come on. Also, even though she's still acting super dramatic,
All right then. Who will be my opponent in this trial?
Everyone?
The court asks the prosecutor to please take the stand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is that so? Very well. Then please speak, witness of Tivat, my accuser and fated opponent.
Oh man. We were so close. Okay. We just gonna beat this girl in court. She's just been... The thing is, she has like hundreds of years of experience under her belt.
Also, please allow me to ask, as a final question before the trial begins, just how much work did you do to force me onto this stage?
Kind of like a few
well,
days.
we did do a lot of prep after
We got
the
prep
meeting that day.
time.
I can go over the tasks assigned to the Spina di Rosula, since they were rather straightforward and easy.
Navia, the president of the Spina di Rosula.
Most of the people who participated in the disturbance this morning were my subordinates. They changed into plain clothes and came to the Opera House as regular audience members, waiting for the perfect opportunity to incite insurrection against you. The people's resentment against their Archon has been building as more and more of the prophecy is fulfilled. A spark was all we needed to turn smoldering anger into a flame. Moreover, according to our understanding and analysis of you, when something like that occurred, you would likely flee the scene and head to Poisson by yourself. So, we arranged for a second group to lie in wait there.
So, you mean, the ones who scoured the settlement for me were also from the Spina?
And their goal was to force you to step into the giant magic box so you may personally participate in the greatest magic performance in all of Fontainian history.
That's right. That house was a magic box rather than someone's residence.
We're
As
just revealing our
the
plan
ultimate
now.
version of the setup that I used when I first performed at the Opera Epiclese.
He's just whipping out
The
his
volume
cat.
of the box was increased by a whole order of magnitude, and the distance it traversed was the entire gap between Poisson and Arenias. Its cargo, of course,
Was you
was
guys.
an Archon instead of a human. My thanks, Furina.
What a flashy
Without your
way of
help,
revealing
we could
our
never
plan.
have pulled off such an extraordinary performance.
You're welcome?
Of course, this performance was only made possible with Father's support. The House of the Hearth spent a massive amount of labor in Mora to pull this off. We had to select a location, construct the giant magic box, dig a tunnel, and open up a path through the water. It was a lot of work for all of us.
So, in other words, the earthquake that we felt within the giant magic box was just a
I
normal
wonder
tremor from
if like the motion of the box
whole
from
house?
Poisson
That's
to
right.
Arenias
It wasn't a sign
was
of another
felt.
disaster to come.
It's like when your car moves or something. We kind of tricked you. Sorry
Then,
about
I
that.
can guess Nervillette and Cloran's parts. You gathered a crowd, prepared a stage, and made sure that the champion duelist would be immediately ready for a fight. Also that as soon as I appeared on the stage, the trial may commence without a hitch. Am I right?
Yes, that is correct.
Well, Clorand, I must commend you for your courage. Only the most outstanding champion duelist in all of Fontaine would accept a duel with
When
an
are we gonna get to the
Archon without
trial?
flinching.
Thank you.
As for you, traveler, I suppose your role was to keep me distracted with conversation once you
I
found
guess
me in
distraction
Poisson.
could work.
You'd make sure that I didn't notice anything amiss before revealing yourself as my prosecutor once we'd arrived onto the stage. Oh?
To give you one last chance. Come on, you gotta... can't just sit around forever. Share your secret.
Is that so? Then I suppose I must have missed my final chance. It's fine. It matters not. What's done is done. The stage is already set, so there's no reason to disappoint the audience. Let's see this trial through to the very end.
Well, unfortunately for us, I think that we'll have to close off this episode for now. It's going on for under an hour. Hopefully when I edit this, it's just gonna be nicely wrapped up, probably around a little over 40 minutes. But we'll see this trial and hopefully whatever happens after that in the next episode. So we'll see you all later. Bye bye!